be something I'd have. Maybe not that brand, but.
We're here today with Kent Mercker at the TPC interview channel. Kent, appreciate you doing the autograph signing with us. I guess the first question is, you threw not one but two no-hitters. You had a combination no-hitter and then you had a regular no-hitter. Mm-hmm. But you and I were just talking. You were pulled out of a couple.
Yeah. I was obviously I didn't need as many starters back in the day with the guys that had in those lineup or rotations. So I was always the backup because I had started my whole career, was drafted as a starter, started through the minor leagues, and really made my first relief appearance in the big leagues. So they knew and always kept me a little bit more conditioned so I could go extended innings if I had to. But yeah, so there were actually 3 other games, or 2 other than the one that I went 6. I went down and was one of those, hey, come down. I forget who it was. It might have been Mike Bilecki. If he's having shoulder issues, if you can't pitch, you're going to start. And that was the first one. And then another one happened. And then 2 more happened in '93, where I got to the 5 no-hit, and because of my pitch count and just wasn't in shape, Bobby didn't want to hurt me, so he had taken me out.
So what was more a personal accomplishment, the no-hitter or the World Series?
Well, personally, the no-hitter, because, I'm not going to say I did it on my own. The defense was back there. They had to score runs for it to even happen because I couldn't have gone 10. And it was a team effort. But on a personal note, I get the most credit for that. But if I had to trade that over winning a World Series, I would give my no-hitter away all day, twice on Sunday. I'd rather win a World Series than throw a no-hitter.
Who was the hardest hitter you had to face in the big leagues? Well, the one guy was like, man, I gotta
go
against this guy again. You had to pick one.
You'd have to have 10 segments on this to fit it all in. If I had to pick one, I'd have to go. I'll give you 3: Jeff Kent.
Wow, that's it. Okay.
Scott Rowland and Jeff Conine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Scrappy hitters.
Tony Gwynn. I'll put him on there, but not scrappy at all. Jeff Kent, they were all power guys.
Well,
off me anyway, they were. I turned them into power hitters, I guess. But yeah, those 3 guys stand out.
So, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. The one guy, when you came up to bat, you're like, oh, I got this guy.
Jeremy Burnitz.
Really?
And I know Bernie. I ended up playing with him in Cleveland. And it became a joke over our careers. I probably faced Bernie 20 plus, 30 plus times, too, and I don't think he ever got a hit off me. But the freakiest things would happen because we started talking about it. And like he'd hit a line drive right up the middle that would hit the rubber and pop it up, and then be right there. Or he'd hit. I think one time he hit a line drive right through me, and it hit second base, and it kicked right over. So even when I made bad pitches, just the baseball gods were not going to let him get on base against me. He's a great hitter.
Right.
Really good hitter.
No, he is.
It wasn't about me being overmatching him. It was just he was one of those guys that I never feared. And Andrew Jones. I did well against Andrew Jones as well in Atlanta.
Okay. One more quick question. A lot of behind the scenes. I mean, in 95, you guys finally won in 95 after multiple attempts. Always getting there, which was big just to get there. But what was that? What do you think was the deciding factor? What do you think pushed you over the edge in the 95 as a team, where you were like, man, like this is our year?
I think a couple things. When we got there in 91, no one on the planet expected us to be there.
Right.
We lost Game 7, 1-0 game. It was an unbelievable series. Got there again in 92. Still like, all right, you're playing against the Blue Jays. This is a dynasty.
Yep.
You guys are still young. Lost that. Then we lost in the playoffs in 93 to Philadelphia. And I think we started hearing from the outside, from the media, from other teams that, oh yeah, so what? They get there, they can't win the big game. And I think we just internally felt that pressure, and instead of folding under that pressure, we let it motivate us.
Yeah.
And plus, when you have Glavine, Maddox, and Smoltz, and we didn't have Mad Dog in the first 2. He didn't get there till 93. Mm-hmm. So having that, and Steve Avery, I'm not going to discredit Steve Avery because he pitched in the World Series, started Game 4 as well. But when you have those guys and you're motivated, and the offense is tired of hearing that we can't win the big game, we were being called the Atlanta Bills or the Buffalo Braves because they went to 4 straight and lost. And I think guys just said, screw it. Let's go out and show these people that. And I think that was probably the two most motivating factors, or what pushed us over.
Yeah. Who's the class clown of the clown of the team? Always made you laugh.
Oh, Blauser was funny. People tell me I was, but I never made myself laugh, except when I looked at my highlights of myself pitching, I used to laugh from time to time. But Blauser was probably the guy. Avery would screw around a little bit. Well, actually, Maddox is one of those guys too that.
So the clubhouse was loose then, for sure.
Oh yeah. It was a, you know what? And Bobby, playing for Bobby Cox was amazing, but we didn't have a ton of rules.
Yeah.
I mean, show up, play hard, don't embarrass the club were basically his 3 rules. And he allowed us to have fun. Yeah. But he knew that when it was game time, we were all professional and whatever our roles were, we were there to perform those and do them as best as we could. So, but when you're with the same group of guys, including spring training, 225 days a year, if you're not having fun and goofing around, you'll never make it. Yeah. You would mentally fry before June.
I understand that. I can hear that.
Yeah.
Brother, it was a pleasure, man. Thank
Lucas,
you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem.